Fresh Sports Sports Show. I'm Jabbar Harris. I'm the host and I'm the provider. And on this episode of Fresh Sports Sports Show, man, first off, I want to say Happy New Year, and hoping everybody had a say Happy New Year and family. And speaking of family, this is definitely an important time. To love your ones, love your husband, love your loved ones, because tomorrow's not promised. I don't take nothing for granted, and this kind of leads up to what we're going. We all know what's going on in the sports world. Had to take myself a couple days to get myself together before I get ready to do a show, because this step is definitely different. What took place with Bills safety, Damar Hamlin, safety for the Bills, suffered cardiac arrest. Got his heart restored on the field. Suffered cardiac arrest after a tackle on Bengals wide receiver T. Higgins. Routine tackle. Just a routine tackle, and he stood up and passed back down on his back, and suffered cardiac arrest, and like I said, they got the heart restored and was in critical condition, still in critical condition, but definitely much more promising signs. Things is much better with him over the days of the power of prayer, which is definitely a beautiful thing. Now, as currently what's going on today, he's awakened, holding hands with family members, not shaking his head, yes or no to questions, and answering questions yes or no, because they still have the tube in his mouth to help with his breathing. They're going to weed him off that so he can, so he breathe on his own. They're going to slowly but surely try to weed him off that to make sure he can breathe on his own before any kind of discharge or anything like that. Got to make sure he's able to breathe on his own, but he's awakened. And they actually said that he, because they had him, I guess, ask questions. They said, the nerves and stuff, seem to be functioning normal for him to be when he woke up alert and wanted to, say something. He wrote what he wanted to say. Did we win? He worried about the game. He got Damar Hamlin. He worried about just the competitive nature and every athlete, regardless of circumstances or whatever you do. Right, I might have got my bell wrong, I got, knocked out or whatever, got something off for injury. What happened with the game? That's every athlete, one of their first questions. We have to get it, we win. And the doctor let him know you won that life, you won that life. And it's definitely true. The GoFundMe going through the roof, over 6 million and counting, and just continuing growing, and all the awareness that is bringing to just how more cautious and we gotta be protecting and doing things to make the NFL safe as possible, and make sure we got the proper medical team, which they do. It was a perfect place that it could happen at. Other than Mayo Hospital, because they do got good medical staff that's on hand for everything, throat specialists and head traumas and all, every type of thing that they feel they need for NFL games. That's how it usually is at every NFL game, so that's good. And hopefully they continue doing that for some of the lower levels as well. Now, I just wanted to also point out, this is something that's just a sidebar that I just noticed. Not just notice, but just, to take the time over the days, just thinking about this whole situation and thinking about everything. I'm like, something, I had, first of all, there's no assertions or casting anything like that against the city of Cincinnati. But I just want to say that a couple of events definitely occurred on the Cincinnati Bengals field over the years, in recent years. I'm pretty sure if you go back, but I'm just saying, within recent years, got Ryan Shazier, routine tackle, got a stinger and temporarily paralyzed, and then had to get his walking and stuff back, and obviously ended his career. Ryan Shazier for the Steelers. Pittsburgh Steelers. Now got another Pittsburgh Steeler, and Antonio Brown, wide receiver for the Steelers. He get knocked out by Vontaze Burfict during the playoff game. Got his bell run completely crazy. Then obviously what happened this season with Tua Tagovailoa, getting his head, bounced off his back of his head bounced off the field from the tackle. And then obviously what took place this past Monday night at the Bills, the Bengals game, what happened to Damar Hamlin. They postponed the game, canceled the game, Bills 3, Bengals 7 at the end of the first quarter. Well, there's like 5 minutes to go left in the first quarter, but what they're going to do about the game, all the debates, trying to figure out what we're going to do with the game. I'm just saying, as what, the main thing is Damar Hamlin's health is concerned. Ain't no question about that. But, the other conversations that's out there, what they're going to do about playing the game, rescheduling the game, and going away with it. Obviously the NFL is their job to, figure things out, and, just the team then, what's going on, and then, just the rest of the world, just, curiosity, like, or, because we know there's just several, we know just like the NFL knows, there's plenty of different, there's so many options they can go about, about this, and obviously Clue is just not playing the game at all, but there is obviously many options of them to play the game. They're just trying to, make the best decision was best of all. Hopefully they get input on the two teams that's affected directly. I understand they got the other, 30 teams to be worried about, but the Bengals and the Bills are the two teams that are affected by it the most. I think they should, be the ones have some input, or, some representatives of their team and the player representatives and things of that nature. But like I say, you just can't say nothing else but the power of prayer, because it's, definitely God's word is to the fullest. And they're thankful, like, the NFL do have the well-equipped medical staff that they do have on hand for these games. Now, with that being said, I believe the NFL should do stuff with these guaranteed contracts and the lack thereof, and stop fighting back so hard on those guaranteed contracts. We know these guys' career, for the most part, is short-lived for the most part. Everybody's not going to be blessed like Tom Brady, still, playing at 45 years old, playing 25 years in the league at football. Nobody's going to be blessed like that. That's an anomaly. We already know that. That's what Tom Brady's to go. But NFL and the NFLPA, the owners, everybody got to get together. They got to come together on this one, especially with medical benefits. After the season, after they're done playing, whatever, they can, obviously cover it to a certain extent. It doesn't necessarily cover them the rest of their lives. And maybe they could do something a little, better than what they are doing. But the NFL owners and the NFLPA, they didn't get together and figure this one out, because now it's not like now it's no better time than now, especially everything that's transpiring this season. Obviously, the Tua Tagovailoa with the concussions and everything going on with that. I mean that obviously still going on with Tua Tagovailoa as he's in concussion protocol and going to be missing this week's game. And which took place with Damar Hamlin, as well as other injuries throughout the whole season as well. But we just talked about this, obviously two major critical ones that took place this season. NFL got to play these guys they work, even if it's not for a long time. We need, okay, we gotta have stuff that's guaranteed. That's work their work, but then obviously there could be some incentive-based things to make it higher than that. But come on, guys, NFL got to pay these players their work, and they're taking the most risk out of any other, professional sports for the most part. Boxing and MMA might, have something to say about it, but other than those sports like that, like NFL, we talk about the four, especially one of the four major sports in the world, big sport for America. Personally, we gotta take better care of our football players. That's where I'm at with. So can't wait to get somebody to come on and address that situation. And if you feel free, you want to call in and expound upon this, please, call the Fresh Sports Show 717-846-5067. Call in. We talk about it. But that's where I'm at with it. And hopefully, it's because obviously it's it's still burden tests and trying to figure things out, trying to eliminate some factors before they go with the Cotomio Pretorius. That's kind of what the doctors explained today. That's their the obviously well educated, result, but that's the last result too, because they have to eliminate all the other factors that could possibly because that would be the answer by default. Once they determine the other eliminating factors that they have to go through. So NFL Week 18 is on that schedule. Business as usual as far as that, but the NFL is trying to figure out what what to do with that game, and all the reports is coming out that decision is definitely going to be made before kickoff on Saturday's games. 2 games on Saturday, but it'll be announced prior to at least prior to the game. They would have to definitely do that in all fairness. So like I said, prayers again to Damar Hamlin and him personally and his family. Obviously, so it's a big toll on him personally and as a family as well. So continue to stay prayed up, and obviously I have no parts on affiliation with the family, but just on behalf of humanity and just being a good human. We like to thank everybody that's in the Cincinnati area that's offer them rides of food and hotel B&B fare. Not fair, but just places to stay for free, and they're doing things trying to make their stay here comfortable, because obviously the immediate family stayed in the hospital with him the whole time. Obviously he walking out the hospital with them, but. And there's plenty of Buffalo Bill fans that's there, and it's not just Cincinnati. You got plenty of Buffalo Bills fans. I don't know if they just there, if they lived there, or if they was there for the game and they're staying longer. But there's definitely Bills fans that's there around the hospital supporting that as well as the locals. And like I said, just thank you on behalf of just humanity and mankind, and just kindness. For people just all chipping in and all showing this unwavering support for Damar Hamlin and his family. So yeah, we're gonna try to continue to move on forward and get the Express Bar Sports Show. Got plenty of sports news to go on. Obviously, this what's going on with Damar Hamlin. This is real life, real situation. Critical, major, all the other not important, all the other, not really important, just conversations that we're about to have and talk about the games and talk about this, that, and the third, pertaining to the game. Like, none of this stuff truly really matters when it's, something urgent like that, life or death, but we're gonna do what we do, continue on going. So, before we do continue, I'd like to give a shout out to my sponsors. You need fresh gear, fresh clothing, go to Cashberry Clothing Brand. You need fresh gear, fresh clothing, go to Cashberry Clothing Brand. You need event planning, go to our production events. You need event planning, go to our production events. Intro music, Joey Blow music. All right, let's dive into some sports news before we get into some recap of the games. I wanted to shout out Buccaneers backup quarterback Blaine Gabbert assisted with a helicopter crash and rescued 4 people, including the pilot, three passengers and a pilot, last Thursday in Tampa. 2 of his brothers also was with him, assisting guys with jet skiing and just having a good old time doing what they do in Tampa. And then, like they said, told the reporter they remember hearing like a vague noise, but just didn't really think nothing of it, and so they just saw, like they said, it just looked like a boat, but then when you start seeing it, because obviously it was at a distance, he was just describing what it looked like at a distance. He started seeing the yellow jackets. He was like, well, let's go over here and see what's going on. Then telling brother, let's go over here and see what's going on. And they called 911 and waited for them to get there. They just the pilot stayed like hanging off the jet ski. Him and his brothers, because obviously there's 2 other brothers, so they was able to put each one of the other passengers on the jet ski just to keep them out of the water, because he said that was pretty chill that day. And police came and rescued everybody and all that stuff, and obviously all that whole situation as far as the crash is under investigation. But it did say it was a helicopter failure. I believe it was the engine. So Congratulations to Blaine Gabbert on doing that. That's Tom Brady's backup quarterback in Tampa Bay. Also, Manny Pacquiao reaches a deal with Japan League to fight this year, and guess you know who's on the rises. A scheduled bout with scheduled exhibition fight with Floyd Mayweather is to come as well. And these two old guys getting into the ring, getting back at it. Now I know Floyd's in shape. I know Floyd still can do his thing, but Floyd can be fighting one of these young boys. But there's gonna be some easy money for Floyd. Pacquiao's been done. I don't know how Pacquiao doing this. I understand he's a charitable person. He gives away his money a lot. I understand all that, so he lives a good payday. But nobody really won't pay too much to see this. I mean, obviously he takes what they're gonna give him. But it's like, we already know. If your thing is going to do half of what the numbers that they did the last time, you're fooling yourself. Because they broke records that time. That was groundbreaking records that Manny Pacquiao Floyd did when they did their mega fight. But it's not coming half. No, it's not coming half to that. It's not. We were disappointed that go around. And these guys, it's like 8 years later. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, we're not going for that. But I will watch it for free though. Also, on some other news that ain't quite so good. Woman says, former MMA fighter Phil Barney arrested on Mexico for allegedly killing his girlfriend. People getting crazy out here. Like, people just killing people and just going just wild, crazy out here, just taking people out because, what they going through. Like, I don't think this stuff got to stop. It just got to stop. People just got to stop. This is ridiculous. Also, on some other news, the woman says the woman that claimed boxer Gervonta Tank Davis, hit her. She claiming that he didn't assault her, and she never wanted the police to be called. If she's lying one way or another, like, obviously you clearly was trying to get him in trouble, but whether you, I don't know what to believe, because they could be lying one way or another, but obviously you're trying to get him in trouble, if it ain't a good situation, just be done with it, move on, have that conversation, move on, and, just leave it like that. I mean, obviously, nobody should be putting no hands on each other, but if it's just a matter of people just want to be done with each other, just leave it at that. It just, go on. But let's continue to move on some good news. In Major League Baseball, Rafael Devers and Red Sox agreed to 11 year, $331 million contract. So, congratulations on that. Also, on some other news that ain't good, Falcons wide receiver Cameron Bateson arrested Saturday for allegedly fighting a cop following a traffic stop, fleeing the scene. He was trying to get up out of there and crashed the car, and that's how he got in. He originally got pulled over for the traffic stop. Was fighting the cop. Cop shot, of course, got mad, tried to shoot at him because he was running away. Got in the car, we were getting in the car, went speeding off, crashed. Cops got him right there. Now, couldn't wait to get to this news. UFC Dana White apologized for a physical altercation with his wife on New Year's Eve. Dana White slapped his wife twice back as she slapped him. Both said this was an isolated situation. He's never done nothing like this before. This is not like him. They was drunk. There's no excuse, but Dana said, saying no excuse for that, but because he just spoke to TMZ about it, but Dana, will the UFC punish them? He doesn't own it. He doesn't own UFC. He sold that. He's just the face of the UFC. So, what should his punishment be? That's what I was trying to figure out. You know what I'm saying? I was wondering, are they even going to do something? So, and get my little news come across the wire. Before I get ready to come to do the show. Dana White's slapping. Dana White's league. Dana White's slap boxing league is delayed by 1 week in the wake of what's going on with this. Let everything calm down, let everything die down to see if people even really want to come back on, or really want to come back to support what we got going on. After him, slapped his wife a couple times, and you trying to have to slap me on top of that, oh, you must thought you was in the league. That's how people probably thinking. So, definitely, you slap, he probably could have just, realistically, he probably could have just grabbed your wife and not got as much of a backslash. You having a slap league, then you slapping your wife twice, and you having a slap league coming out, that was supposed to come out this week. No, that was never going to work. That was never going to work. Definitely bad PR for us. But what are UFC going to do? Because I know for a fact, any other person in any other sports industry, basketball, football, baseball, hockey, whatever, you name it, they will definitely get punished. Even the higher ups, if they call on even the higher ups executives, ownerships, obviously, not even saying his owner, but I'm saying like high executives, we see they get suspended, they get fired all the time for things coming to light. Once it gets to light, is that people are getting them up out of there? It is what it is. Or, let them go wait for a while and then they come back. But anything, detrimental to the league, but I guess it's just really detrimental to the UFC. Is that how they're looking at it? But I just feel like he should, me personally, I just feel like he should get the same punishment that how we'll go on any other sports. Because you want to be treated as and respected as those other sports industries, don't you not? It's not just with the dollars and the media attention. It's gonna come with that backlash, and you got to be held accountable to it as well as the other sports industries as well. That's what that's my quick word on that. So, anyways, we got some other news to get into before we catch up. We'll go through some sports world. Obviously, we got to talk about the college football playoffs and bowl games. But don't worry, we're gonna get to the football, to the NBA and all that good stuff. But let's go to the college football playoffs. I was so disappointed in y'all guys, Jim Harbaugh. I was so disappointed in y'all. I really can't believe this. TCU 51-45 over Michigan. But it was the highest scoring Fiesta Bowl game ever. It doesn't matter. It was crazy. I could not believe what was going on with the play calling. He doing straight plays. He getting cute. He trying to be fancy out there. I don't know what was going through their mind. They was showing off because they was in the college football playoff game. Because they didn't bring it. They did not bring it to play calling or the play. I ain't like it that one bit, And I was rooting for Jim Harbaugh to do a little something for Michigan. He go out with a bang. And I know he talking about, he's committed to Michigan, but he should go back to the NFL. He was a good NFL coach. He should go back. But I know for a fact, I do know for a fact, it ain't what I believe, I know for a fact, he don't want to be leaving, with his tongue between his legs, feeling like he ain't getting the job done quite like that. Or maybe if he lost in the national championship game, that's one thing. But then you lose like that, and then, in his favor to win, clearly. Then we got Georgia 42-41 Ohio State. I'm sorry. We got Georgia 42-41 Ohio State. That was a close game. It was what we expect, though. It was what we expect. We expected it to be a close game. I didn't know it was going to be, 1 point difference close. Definitely didn't know it was going to be like that. He had to do a comeback touchdown. I didn't know it was going to be nothing like that, but it was definitely, exceeded our expectations. So you got Georgia versus TCU for the national championship game, January 9th. Congratulations, TCU, getting to the national championship game for the first time. To the championship game, to the big dogs. But we can go through, like I said, that's this coming Monday, January 9th, national championship game for Georgia versus TCU. With them, the Georgia Bulldogs going to take care of that business. Now, can we just go through a couple of other bowl games that was going on? Tennessee 31-14 over Clemson. That was the Capital Orange Bowl. Alabama 45-20 over Kansas State, All-State Sugar Bowl. Tulane 46-45 over USC, Goodyear Cotton Bowl. Man, I'll tell you that boy Caleb Williams, he can't get a break. Got that Heisman and all that bad luck. LSU 63-7 over Purdue. That was the Cheez-Its Citrus Bowl. They congratulated to the Pennsylvania Penn State took care of that 35-21 over Utah for the good old classic Rose Bowl. Beautiful. All right, can we get to some college basketball minutes? Gotta get recap. Upset, Xavier gave UConn their first loss of the season with 83-73. Got my Kentucky 86-63 over Louisville. And Rutgers upset Purdue 65-64. Providence 73-61 over UConn on the 2-game sled now. NC State 84-60 over Duke. So just a couple little recap from the men's basketball college. NBA recap. Gotta go through my NBA, you already know. Lakers, we're doing our thing. 130-121 over the Hawks. I love it. Lakers 28-5 fast breaks over the Hawks. Came back down 15, did our thing. We needed that down in ATL. LeBron birthday, feeling nice, feeling real good. Family there. You already know they couldn't wait to go turn up to celebrate in ATL after his birthday. Straight up, but you definitely gotta go, get that W on your birthday and nothing like that. You need that W for the little LeBron James. You turn 38, let you know I'm dropping 47, dropping 10 rebounds. I got 9 assists. I could have got that triple double if guys making down shots, but we already know 9 assists, 1 block. 38-year-old LeBron looking real nice out there. I love it. Thomas B showed up 19 points, 17 rebounds. I need those every night. I'm not even worried about the points, but 19 points, 17 rebounds. Yeah, we can do something with that. 1 steal, 1 block. I'll take it. Dennis Schroeder out there, 12 points, 9 assists. I'm loving it. My man Russell Westbrook, 14 points, 8 rebounds, 11 assists. He could got triple dub. You know what I mean? But he, got my man playing a couple minutes, 29 minutes. He got 1 block out there too. Trae Young, 29 points, 1 steal, 8 assists. DeJounte Murray, 20 points, 7 rebounds, 9 assists, 1 steal. AJ, 13 points. So I was, obviously my ATL also off the, but I'm definitely proud of my Lakers take care of business than we had to do away. Went 3-2 on the road trip, the party game road trip, so I appreciated that. Pelicans 127-116 over the 76ers. Pacers 131-130 over the Clippers. Grizzlies 116-101 over the Pelicans. Wizards 118-95 over the Bucks. Heat 110-100 over the Clippers. 76ers got the Pelicans back 121-11. Pelicans, Zion went out with the hamstring injury. Warriors 143-141 over the Hawks in 2 overtimes. Warriors, Looney hit the shot to win the game at the buzzer. Trae Young 30 points, 7 rebounds, 14 assists. DeJounte Murray 25 points, 15 rebounds, 7 assists. Collins 25 points, 13 rebounds. Hunters 17 points, 4 rebounds. Klay Thompson 54 points, 8 rebounds, 3 assists. Jordan Poole 28 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists. Looney 14 points, 20 rebounds, 4 assists. Now the Hawks, we on the slump right now. We got to get together. Definitely got to get together. There's still time. We got plenty of this. I ain't halfway in the season, but you gotta turn the ship around now. ATL, come on. Back to the Lakers. Bring it back to the Lakers. Lakers 121, 115 over the Hornets. We needed that. Two victories in a row to close out the trip. LeBron 43 points, 11 rebounds, 6 assists, 1 steal. Thomas B, 18 points, 15 rebounds. I'm loving it. You give me 18 and 15. You give me something teams and 15 boards plus. I'm taking it. You know what I mean? So yeah, I love it. Give me a double-double with the 15 plus boards. Get active out there. Give me that. Reeves, 15 points, 6 rebounds, 7 assists. Russell Westbrook, 2 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists. Only 11 minutes went out with the foot injury in the second quarter. No Lonnie Walker for the Lakers. Ball, 24 points, 7 rebounds, 6 assists, 3 steals, 2 blocks. He was balling out there. Terry Rozier, 27 points, 4 assists. Plumlee, 18 points, 14 rebounds, 4 assists. Thunder, 150-117 over the Celtics. Celtics let them put out 150 on them. Bulls, 121-112 over the Nets. Kevin Durant, 44 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists. Kyrie Irving, 25 points, 4 rebounds, 8 assists. Ben Simmons, you know he go for the 7 points, 9 rebounds, 2 assists. That's typical Ben Simmons game. Zach LaVine, 13 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists. DeMar DeRozan, 22 points, 7 rebounds. And Williams with 22 points, 7 rebounds also. Bucks 104-101 over the Raptors in overtime. Shit ain't even went to overtime. Bad Bucks in the fourth quarter, down the stretch, letting them fall apart, just let the boys come back down 11. Like, what's going on here? Made it even close to going overtime to put yourself in that position, the situation. That was ridiculous. All right, Hawks 121-17 over the Kings. Got back on the winning snide. Now, head coach McMillan let it be known, I love the word what he always say, has no plans on retiring in the middle of the season. Rushing back reports citing unnamed sources. He did let it be known that, every off season I get with my family and discuss, should I continue to be doing this pretty much or not. So that's what he had to say about that. Now Trae Young, 21 points, 6 assists. Dejounte Murray, 21 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists. And you got Hunter, 22 points, 8 rebounds. And you got Collins, 22 points, 12 rebounds. You got 4 guys in the starting lineup going for 20 plus. We can do that. We can win like that. And I love it. And we know it can be done, so we expect to see this on a high level consistency. Now, everyone wants to you might got Trae Young or Dejounte Murray go off 30 plus, and the other guy, might put in 15 or something. So, a case like that, that's the only waiver and how they should play different as far as ATL Hawks. Barnes for the Kings had 20 points, 14 rebounds, 8 assists. Fox, 25 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists. And you got Herter, 24 points, 5 assists, former ATL Hawk. Sabonis, 20 points. And Lakers, 112, 109 over the Heat. We needed that. That was big. I'm glad Coach Ham let it be known in the locker room that, coaches, players, and you lean on each other. We need each other, have each other back out there. That was a good win. We definitely needed that. Bad call on the ref with calling a foul on Russ, then reviewing it, then calling it on Reeves for what should have been Victor Oladipo charge. But it's all good. Everything worked out. Victor Oladipo misses the free throw. Dennis comes down, gets his layup. It's pretty much still the winner for real. But Reeves put a nice clutch pass from out of bounds to Russell Westbrook for the layup. Nice harass gag pass, but no risky, no biscuit for the pass. Timed up perfectly, got it up in there where Russ can get it for the layup. So that was big. And like I said, man, it was this great win for the Los Angeles Lakers. No Anthony Davis, no LeBron James, no Lonnie Walker, and you got the guy Troy Brown goes out early. He had an injury, so we definitely undermanned our 4 guys. Butler came 7 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, 3 steals. Bam Adebayo 30 points, 13 rebounds. Kyle Lowry 11 points, 4 assists. Dennis Schroeder went off though. Season high 32 points, 4 rebounds, and 1 steal. Reeves 11 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists. Thomas B 13 points. Thomas B 21 points, 9 rebounds. Russell Westbrook, that's my dog, 21 points, 8 rebounds, 9 assists, 3 steals at 36 minutes. Like, if that's not a high level of wanting it more, if that's not effort plays right there, I don't know what it is. Because that was dominating, in all types of facets. Every facet, every possession of play, giving you all defense. Making it hard for Jimmy Butler. They trying to do everything in the world to set screens and get Russ off him and all that stuff. Jimmy Butler was beating him up out there. Obviously they did switches, so you guys numbers too. But Russell Westbrook, he setting the tone out there. He definitely setting the tone out there. I was loving it, and so can't wait to continue, go on the run doing what we do because Lakers, we need to continue. Let these victories add up. Like we gotta go on the street. We gotta go on the run. I hate to say it, but we gotta go on the run like Nets did. But we're winning the 11 straight. We need to do something like that. That's where I'm at with it. I think we can surpass that. But the only twist it, we still wouldn't decide a big man though. I'm thinking Willie Constein, go find Dwight Howard, try to make moves for Joel Green. But don't do no Derek Favors. Don't do nobody like that. About his cousins, man, I want to down. Maybe you see what he looked like in practice or a tryout to see a little something. But other than that, I really got too much soul on me right now. And Hassan Whiteside, you already know what you're gonna get with him. A lack of effort, and not a high motor at all. Don't need those on the team. Don't need that on the team. You know what I mean? Definitely need a 7 foot with some weight, with some girth on him. And that's ready to get busy out here. So that's where I'm at with. Pistons, unbelievable win over the Warriors, 122-119 at the buzzer. Saquon game-winning shot at the buzzer. He had 17 points, but that was after Klay Thompson just tied him with 3 in the final seconds. We thought the thing was going to overtime, even though they should have won. But they just let them out come back. The Warriors, they definitely should have had that game. They got, they took that game for granted. But this Isaiah Stewart guy getting into it with people again, him and Draymond Green pushing and shoving and doing all that grabbing jersey stuff, and then they do the double tech thing. Draymond Green already got the tech because he was chewing out the ref earlier. How he does. And, Draymond Green was tossed out of the game, but, the guy knew what he was doing, especially because, he picking and choosing, and he's like, okay, he already got the tech, so I'm trying to do something to get him tossed. You get extra physical with each other and push and shove and all that stuff. It's typical NBA stuff. But, Rayon Dallas, 29 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists. Doran, 18 points, 11 rebounds. Klay Thompson, 30 points. Jordan Poole, 24 points. 5 rebounds, 6 assists. They got Jerome, 18 points. Now we gotta get into the Texas firing basketball coach Chris Beard and reviewing his domestic family violence felony charges that he has against him. They just, which is already, like I said, when it first happened, we're gonna put you on immediate leave without pay. Get you out of here. We're gonna figure out how we just gonna part ways from it. That's all that was. It was just a matter of time. This is not good. We know the wife came out and said that he ain't doing nothing wrong, all that stuff. They not going for it. It's a done deal. All right, let's get into these NFL games recap, man. We're gonna get to these NFL games recap that took place last weekend. Got a shout out to my sponsors again. You need fresh gear, fresh clothing, go to Cash Baby Clothing Brand. You need fresh gear, fresh clothing, go to Cash Baby Clothing Brand. You need event training, go to Rock Production Events. You need event planning, go to Rock Production Events. And some music, Jody Blowing Music. All right, let's talk about Thursday Night Football. Cowboys 27-13 over the Titans. That's kind of no-brainer. You're going to get Josh Dobbs. They keep Dak Prescott and the boy. They need to get that win. So that's what it is. They needed that. They needed that. You're going to get some backup, third string coming now. They need to get that. Falcons 20-19 over the Cardinals. Lions 41-10 over the Bears. Chiefs 27-24 over the Broncos. Excuse me. Russell Wilson 222 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, 4 sacks, 4 carries, 27 rushing yards, 2 touchdowns. Got 1 fumble that hurt you. Got 1 fumble that hurt you in a close game like this, losing by 3 points. But 11 2 touchdowns. Rush getting back to the old Russ that we know. But yeah, you definitely. Y'all could have pulled that out, maybe y'all ain't had that turnover rate there. Pat Mahomes did his thing, 328 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception, 4 carries, 8 rushing yards. Patriots 23-21 win over the Dolphins. Giants 38-10 over the Colts. Saints 20-10 over the Eagles. Now, Eagles, they came out flat-footed. They thought stuff was going to be sweet. They thought they was going to be a walk in the park. They thought they was just going to show up and the Saints wasn't going to bring it. You know, so they got to go all out, you know, this week, to try to have a chance to, you know, maybe try to win the division. Bucks 30-24 over the Panthers. Sam Darnold 341 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception, 2 sacks, 5 carries, 20 rushing yards. But you know he was, I'm good for 2 fumbles. Yeah, keep the game close. Yeah, you know, and then Tom Brady take over from that. You know, because he's like, okay, I'm not going to lose the game. You know, I'm not going to win the game. I'm just not going to lose the game like my opponent is. Moore 6 receptions, 117 yards, 1 touchdown. But Brady was out there being a dog. And he's like, you know what? I'm tapping back into my relationship and doing what we accustomed to be doing. Where Mike Evans at? You know what I mean? So 482 yards, 432 yards, 3 touchdowns, 3 sacks, 3 carries, 4 rushing. John Brady, Mike Evans, 10 receptions, 207 yards, 3 touchdowns. And that punter, man, he was in a nice move to save that drive and that that position because they could have just got a block, kept it moving, could have blocked it, picked the ball up, ran with it in, or just stopped it right there, turned it a little down. Luckily, it was turned out to be a re kick due to how everything took place. So they got to kick it over again, and everything has worked out safely and better. Browns 24-10 over the Washington football team. Jaguars 31-3 over the Texans. That game, they spanked them. 49-37-34 over the Raiders in overtime. Seahawks 23-6 over the Jets. Packers 41-17 over the Vikings. We already know we addressed this. We got to talk about Justin Jefferson. Man, we wasn't liking that 1 reception out there. Wasn't liking it. Man, bad Kirk Cousins. We already know Kirk Cousins ain't doing good. You ain't got no chance. But, they'll both. Yeah, they both, folded under pressure of last game. I'm not even going to lie, because that was not supposed to happen at all. They were supposed to break that. They were supposed to, stop the tie some way, somehow. Chargers 31-10 over the Rams. Now let's get into the money maker. Let's get into why we all know why we're here. The best rivalry ever, the hardest hitting games ever. Ain't nothing like trying to win the North. You already know we're going to win the North. I mean, the Ravens got this, not the Ravens. The Bengals got it this year, but hey, man, you trying to win the division. We already know. Bengals, y'all just got high recently. We ain't even worried about y'all. Ravens, no matter the records, no matter the schedule, no matter the timing, or place, or the thing, it will be hard hitting. It will be max effort. It will be no letting up. None of that. It was beautiful. We needed that. It was a beautiful game. So, Steelers, 16-13 Ravens as an Steelers football. And Pickett should have got up after he fell down. One of the plays he fell down and just stayed there, waited for them to tag him down. I'll get up and run, call to some yards or something. Baltimore, it was in Baltimore. The Ravens got some home cooking down there. With some calls and some things went in their favor. They gonna call on defensive end, Cam Hayward. They gonna call unsportsmanlike conduct. It was nothing. These guys pushing each other, losing balance on each other, pushing each other, trying to get up. It was nothing. The guy getting pushed over, people pushing over. These big guys, they losing their balance. He's trying to get up. The man pushing him. He's trying to push off the man to get up. It was nothing. Ravens, we're in Baltimore. Get some hope because get some flag. I wasn't even tripping about that. You know what I mean? I wasn't. Boom, they come down, score a touchdown. That's because it was fourth down. So they get to set it down. You know, a brother fourth down, so they were just going to kick a field goal. Boom, gotta get a little change. They throw a touchdown pass in the corner. Guys is already mad and upset. Got my guy, Mika Fitzpatrick, makes it in the league. Now he going at it with, you know, with his big dog, his big vet in the game, and especially in the Steelers, you know what I mean, our Steelers vet came here, been around, you know, for a while, and they got them two going at it, but it just brought them, you know, more passion out, got them even more, you know, turned up, fired up, and ready to get back there on the field and dominate and let it be known, like, yeah, we got to put a stop to this, and we got to do something out there. And it's showing up, and exactly that's what happens. Because, you know, before I get to this, before I get to this, you already know what happened. You know, Mika Fitzpatrick, you know, especially when he gets mad, you already know how he do. He might, you know, obviously he was out there hitting too, but with 9 tackles. But we gonna get to that. Well, every time we celebrate something good going on for the Steelers, like I'm talking about a game changer thing. I'm glad we don't do it like at a crazy time where, boom, and, you know, we'll get the flag and it's going to cost us a touchdown and I take a touchdown off the board or something like that. I'm glad it's not that type of situation, but wow, this does every time we do something nice and we celebrate something crazy, somebody that's not in uniform comes off the sideline and comes on the field and celebrates with the team. Like, how are y'all losing your minds like that, and why Coach Tomlin not punishing these guys? Because it's happened at least 4 times that I've counted. This whole season, I watched every single stat of every single game of the Steelers. You know, maybe it happened one extra time that, you know, that I didn't, you know, quite take to the note when it first happened earlier in the season. But I'm telling you, definitely the last 4 times, I definitely pay attention. And a lot of the guys are not in uniform. What are making them lose their mind, going off the sideline, going and running the field? Yeah, you know, it's game changing plays, game over. You know, game over type of plays, game sealing winning plays. But man, these games are so close. You know, I'm just sitting there just thinking they might just say, taking touchdown off the board type of deal, or you know, taking an interception back or something. So that's, you know, that's where I be at. But like, I don't like to see that at all. By the time the guys, you know, put a stop to that, the guys are just put the guys on the sideline of the team helping keep it back. They got to tighten that up over there. So man, and we touch a button up, you know, well-respected organization. This is out of character, man. It's so unbecoming of us. Like, you can't be doing stuff like that. That gotta stop. That's ridiculous. That is not a good luck situation. You know, for us to be, you know, the standard is the standard of the Steelers. You got guys running off the sideline, not even in uniform, going crazy celebrating as if they're supposed to be in the game. And they're not even supposed to be on the field. Whether they was dressed or not. But anyways, Mika Fitzpatrick, game solidified, over, interception yet again. That's what he do. Mika does it again is what he do. Y'all see the headlines? So Mika Fitzpatrick for the win. And obviously Najee Harrison clutch touchdown pass to give us the go-ahead touchdown from Kenny Pickett. That was beautiful. Clutch Kenny Pickett getting away from would-be tacklers and making it down to Najee Harris for, you know, the running back Najee Harris for the clutch staff and the grab for the touchdown and the win. It was beautiful. It was beautiful, like I'm telling you. So Mika Fitzpatrick, game-stealing interception. Coach Mike Tomlin let it be known. We do not die. We multiply. We multiply. We still alive. Steelers, take care of business. Everything's going to work itself out. That's all we focus on. We take care of business. Everything's going to continue to work itself out. Kenny Pickett, 168 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 sacks, 5 carries, 2 rushing yards. But did enough to win the game, manage the game. I don't see no interceptions. I don't see no fumbles. Controlling the game. Not causing us to lose. You know, just steering the ship kind of on pilot, but just, you know, giving a nice little, you know, maybe gotta be directed a little bit, be easy, you know, just selling that thing. So I'm like, damn, Deontay Johnson, 2 receptions, 36 yards. I still didn't even touchdown. I ain't got no touchdown all season long. That's why Chase Claypool, he come back. I ain't like that move. I don't like that move at all. Deontay Johnson, he got to get some touchdowns. I know you ain't playing with the best quarterback to get you in position, but you got to get a touchdown, man. You got to get a couple of things. Now, I already know you can't, and you really cannot go. Like, I know this is the last game of the season. Can't say you can't not get a touchdown. Not saying that, okay, excuse me, not saying that if you get a touchdown, I'm just going to negate the fact that, like, I'm going to count it as you play 16 game NFL season, so, get that, this is the first year of the extra game, and you ain't get no touchdown. It had to take the last game for you to get a touchdown. If you're even going to get that, like, that's not good. That's not good at all. That has to change. I know I'm not, I know we obviously finding a way to be successful, but he's making our job a lot harder by him not getting us no touchdown. We need points. Him or Pickens. We need our guys to get touchdowns. Obviously, Pickens got to a couple touchdowns. Obviously, a couple touchdowns is more than 2 is more than 1 is more than what Deontay Johnson got. So that has to change. Some way, somehow, bring Chase Claypool back or get somebody, that's a Chase Claypool type, with the speed and the size. Man, this is crazy. Just, I'm paying attention to that closely, so we'll see. And, what can I say about Najee Harris, man? Beautiful game, man. Beautiful game, clutch. Obviously, he had bad games because of the offensive line. Was weak. Obviously, we keep the offensive line, starting to grow, starting to get better, starting to improve. And you can see, obviously, the things that he was doing in Alabama behind a good line. I ain't saying that he had a good line, but, we just trying to improve. But after we had a good line, you already know the work that this guy puts in. Najee Harris, 22 carries, 111 yards, 2 receptions, 12 carries. 2 receptions, 12 yards. Warren, 12 carries, 176 yards, 3 receptions, 22 yards. Still as a whole, rushed for 198 yards. Still a football, run the ball, stop the run. We're not playing around. Like the standard is standard. Let's get back to the basics. We run the ball, we stop the run. We will go from there. T.J. Watt did his thing, doing something like T.J. Watt. He had 4 tackles, 1 sack, big sack. We need that. Huntley, 130 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, 7 carries, 24 rushing yards. J.K. Dobbins, 17 carries, 93 rushing yards. Mark Andrews, 9 receptions, 100 yards. LeBron, 100 yards. I'm going to say LeBron and KD, Kevin Durant, the current leading vote getters for the All-Star. Kind of no-brainer, respect. Obviously, Giannis Cooper is the best player in the league, but the marketing thing, still LeBron, KD, Steph, pretty much in that order. I'm just saying. That's no-brainer. Also, I want to give a shout out to Yurkai, junior guard Joel Tucker, game-winner layup drive to the rack last night. Beautiful from getting the W. Also, shout out to my alma mater, your Tech Spartans. Got a game Friday tomorrow night versus Littlestown. So, Freshwater Sports will go up to that, supporting my Spartan boys doing that thing. Also, continue to check out Sports Shooting Stars, you join the big guy going on, all the good stuff. So stay tuned for, he got his games going on that he's broadcasting, the local high school events. And I will try to do a quick little preview of the NFL games that's coming this weekend before we get out there. And so we got 2 Saturday games, Chiefs versus Raiders. Gotta go with Chiefs on this one. Raiders is falling apart. Season's over with. Devontae Adams do say he wants to come back. He wanted to be a Raiders regardless. Before Derek Carr, I don't know where he's really from. I don't know any of that. I don't know why he wanted to be a Raider. He knows. Respect the receivers. Raiders, period. Obviously, your career, period. You go to the Raiders to lose your career. They get lost in your career. Your career's over. Go there, you get paid there, and you're really not doing nothing. That's notorious. Ever since they won the last time, they're not doing nothing over there. Obviously, he's upset, like he said, about the Derek Carr situation, but trying to be professional and show up and he just want to get somebody to put it on. He would get some input on who will be good. I got some money, I need some input on who the next quarterback going to be since this one ain't work out, and y'all can't just put me back when ain't nobody. That's basically what he's saying. So he wants some input on that. Chiefs on that. Titans versus the Jaguars. I'm going with the Jaguars. They got the backup Josh Dobbs on there. Jaguars, 31-3 over the Texans, feeling good. Jaguars playing good. I want the Jaguars to lose, though. I need the Jaguars to lose. Oh, excuse me. No. I'm sorry. So, I'm tripping. We're not worried about the Jaguars winning or not. I don't care if they win. We need we need the Patriots to lose. So we need the Patriots to lose, and we need the Dolphins to lose. That's how Steelers get in. Steelers get in, you win, we take care of business. We win, we beat the Browns, take care of business. Steelers over Browns, you already know that. That's the, that's what I'm talking about here. Steelers over the Browns, we need to win that. So then we take care of business. So then we win versus the Browns, and then I'm already, that's what I'm going for. Jets to beat the Dolphins. Even though that whole quarterback carousel situation is crazy, I didn't pull it together because it's backups on top of backups. The Dolphins got backups and all that because Teddy Bridgewater might not be playing. He's not playing either, so it's crazy. I need the Jets to pull that out. I don't care how they do. I need the Jets to pull that out. I need the Bills to be, they gotta be inspired to come out and be fired up to get this W. Yeah, I know this, what I'm saying? I know they said they're going through some things they have the right to, but I'm saying when it actually comes to game time, then it's suit up and they already know, game started, I expect them boys to be, inspired and playing for DeMar Hamlin, putting that in the back so that we'll take care of business with Patriots. So definitely the Jets to have the battle with the backups, to win the battle with the backups for it. So that's why I need to take place, so we on the same page for that. Obviously, the Steelers got to take care of business against the Browns. He got Deshaun Watson early and often. He and Chubb, Hunt, all of that. Cooper, and make sure we're blocking. I don't know. Garrett, make sure we're blocking Garrett, and he's not getting after our quarterback. Stopping the run, things of that nature. Buccaneers playing their starters, goes to Falcons. Tom Brady and the boys need to have a W to go out, into the playoffs, feeling good. Buccaneers over the Falcons. Vikings. At the Bears, I'm gonna pick the Vikings over the Bears because Vikings had a bad outing. They need to go finish strong. Vikings need to finish strong to go into the playoff run. And they told them for just up the chances of being 13-4 seasons and see what happens with the seasons. Ravens at the Bengals. Really don't affect my game in one way or another, but the Bengals should be able to win that one because the Bengals is playing good, and obviously they scored on the first possession out of the last game. I'm not even really talking about that game, but the Bengals is playing good, 7-4, so I'm pretty sure the Bengals are going to win that, and they're winning the division. Obviously, the result of that. Texas at Colts. Colts going to win this. Texas, they 2-13-1. They won the number one pick. So Colts over Texas. Panthers at Saints. I'm going to have to go with Saints over the Panthers. Saints finishing the season out strong. Saints are looking good. Chargers at the Broncos. Broncos, I think they should win this one. Still a win. Obviously, the Chargers is not the Chiefs, so I feel like the Broncos, Russell Wilson, they can just have their head high going out on a W, and trying to see some type of progression on the season. Giants at the Eagles. Hurts is back, so good to go. Hurts and Eagles take care of the business to solidify the top seed in NFC. 13-3, that would make them 14-3. Also, Cardinals at 49ers. I got the 49ers beating the Cardinals. Rams at Seahawks. I'm going to go with Seahawks over the Rams. Then Sunday Night Football to close out the regular season. Cowboys at Washington. Cowboys should take care of the business now, put them 13-4. So Eagles definitely would have to win their matchup against. Eagles definitely have to win their matchup against. That's Saturday. Eagles have to win the matchup against the Giants. Sorry about that. All right, appreciate you guys tuning in for Fresh Sports Show. We're going to let this cook, let it marinate and bubble up. Fresh Sports Show Thursday, 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. on the local community access channel. And go to my social media channels, Fresh Sports Show on YouTube and Instagram. Appreciate you guys supporting. I got some stuff coming out. Got a special guest episode dropping tomorrow, and I got some other special guest episodes coming up. Stay tuned. Fresh Sports Show. We ain't playing around because it's 2023 and beyond. We ain't playing around. Appreciate you guys tuning in.